go.
Do it.
Oof.
Oh. We are, our mics are hot on stream. I haven't muted it yet. I'm hearing my voice. It's throwing me off.
Did it work? It kind of worked. Kind of worked.
Oh,
It was a little
dang it.
delayed. The transition was a little rough. But
That's just the way we like
revive
it.
the a little. Anyways,
We're here.
we're here. Welcome. Let me get some music started here. Welcome, viewers. Welcome, players. We have a couple of players out this evening, but you know what? Sucks to be them. The important people are here this evening.
No comment.
That's what matters. But don't tell Michelle I said that because
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure. She's gonna watch this.
I want to live. It's okay. She knows I'm kidding.
Want to live too.
She knows I'm kidding.
Are you though?
And if not, then
Then it's been a good run.
no, I did a hair flip to distract her.
Hair
so.
flip.
Oh, that'll do.
Yeah. All right. Welcome, friends. All right, let's start off with, since y'all have already rolled, we'll start off with a, okay. Let's start
You were
off.
distracted by your own hair flip.
My hair was doing something crazy. Okay. So, I rolled. So, Asleep rolled a 7. Zavar rolled a 17. Joe rolled a 20. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Rhaenyra's rolled a 20, and Tegan rolled a 10, which means it goes to Asleep.
Asleep.
Because I rolled an 8. So, that was the closest. Good job, Asleep. You did good.
Sloop. Let's see if I remember it.
That's after he wakes up. He was
Right
asleep.
there. Asleep.
Before I was merely asleep.
Yes.
Now
It's the new past
I am
tense.
Oh, I can already tell tonight's going to be just a train wreck. We're not going to get anything done this evening.
What? What are you talking about?
So I mean, par for the course.
All right. Well, and on top of all this greatness, hey Charlena, hey Varath, and anyone else joining. On top of all this, I didn't because we didn't have a recap today, and that's usually how I get my recap written down for the week.
Oh.
I didn't write down a recap for last week, so Stephanie's going to just monologue it. So last week on The Forsaken, everyone started out in the auction house. Everything was going haywire. Well, I mean, like, things were, mass effect. Mass suggestion was cast twice. On the guards, well, on anyone there that wasn't friendly PCs. So that was actually, what actually got a lot of the guards under that. And that was to get to the time device and bring it back bring it to Rhaenyra. So in the midst of all of that, most of the guards started heading back towards that back room, which thus put everyone, mostly a good portion of the people, out of our adventurer's sight. Let's see here. Tegan went invisible, right, Tegan? You went invisible and snuck back there. Watched a bit of what was going on. The guards that were influenced were able to grab the time device, and then thus began some D&D fantasy football with the time device, as they kept grabbing it from each other and running with it and grabbing it and running with it, because their directive was to bring the time device to Rhaenyra. And that, but in the end, someone grabbed the time device and brought it to Rhaenyra. So it was Juniper. Juniper grabbed the time device, wrestled it from one of the guards, brought it to Rhaenyra. Yes. So no one completed their objective. So then became just kind of like useless guards just kind of standing around. completely dazed for until at least for 24 hours. So
They're
y'all
just doing the NPCs, wave.
y'all were really good about getting together and teleporting back to the inn, the Romantic Pair Inn. Well, I think it's just the Pair Inn across the street from the Romantic Pair Tavern. You got there, sent the time device direct, to Nidrano through your little like bag that he gave you immediately, which probably most definitely worked in your favor. And then also during all of that kerfuffle back at the auction house when Tegan went invisible, and he had to make his own way back. He also pickpocketed the cloaked one that was there and found a library medallion, which everyone pretty much suspected. A weird conch tied to their belt that he didn't retrieve, but also a bag of money.
Yeah, he did.
A few other things, a couple other things too. But
Yeah.
Bag of money that had 50,000 gold in it around there.
Sweet.
And so y'all decided to, once you got back to the Pair Inn, decided to give 20,000 to the auction house. Murdana tried to stop you on your way out because she did not seem affected by the mass suggestion. So a few of you felt a little bad for her, wanted to give the 20,000 and pay for the object. That was the Var that took the money there. Was very stealthy about it, but also took a little time to kind of like listen in. Left the money for Murdana to find, and to see. Y'all also were clever and made it seem like that the money was from the library, so that the library had retrieved the object, and was paying for it. And you got back to the Zavar got back to the inn. Y'all sent a message to Dredea, trying to get her to, take care of herself because y'all were planning to bamf out. You were in the mansion at the time, and surprised, Dredea didn't take that as a final word and was like, WTF? Why are you trying to make it be that way? And showed up at the inn to talk. And that was pretty much it. Y'all kind of suggested to Dredea that she not stay in Dim Glent to get out. That it was, you let her in on a little bit of what was going down, what you've been told is going to be happening to the Demiplane. So, Dredea left. If I left out anything, forgive me. And it is nighttime. Y'all are in the magnificent mansion. I said, let's see here. I forgot that I brought up my internet. My internet, Stephanie? Are you 95?
I would like one internet.
My
please.
Google. I brought up Google, not the internet. Jesus.
Have you asked Jeeves?
Wow.
Answers.com.
I don't know where that came from. Let me just view my campaigns, just in case I need to pull up Juniper or
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
I'm
hell,
afraid
the
to
magic
click on anything that
conch.
says GeoCities.
I wish it was real. That's all I'm thinking.
Look, that wasn't the website I had with GeoCities, so
But you had one.
I did.
Mhm.
I think I used it for
I bet Michelle do it.
a play by email. Yeah, she did. Play by email
Yeah,
RPG. So for sure Michelle knew it. All right. So again, in the mansion, it's pretty late in the evening probably at this time. Probably you're looking at like around 11-ish. Yeah. we covered it before we started session, but just for viewers, Kazeel has a bag of holding. I'm going to put the 2 items that he bought into the bag. When they retrieved it, Tegan, he would probably come over to you and be like, if you ever want to use the cubic gate, just let me know. Okay. I keep it right in here. Kind of pat his back.
All right. Where to? Well, we need a rest, I guess.
Yeah. Because if I'm not really sure. This is Stephanie. Can't remember like what y'all discussed about leaving. But I can't do teleport until I get to rest. Anyway, so if we're planning to use teleport to get out of here, I'll need to sleep.
I think a good night's rest is in order.
Gotcha. All right. Are we contacting? Have we contacted all of our people that we were going to reach out to? Got a little southern there. It's fine.
Well, we did use the sending stone to Lashta.
Oh, that's right.
Uses-
That's right.
And
Y'all
we
did
just
that
got a
last session.
fairly brief, like, I'm
Can't
at the
talk
library. I can't
at the
talk.
library.
Yeah. Kazeel messaged John, and John sent a message back. Crestwood.
Yeah, I think John actually
that's-
reached out to y'all through
That's
sending.
right. That's right, because that's when we were like, oh, we should probably contact people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But John contacted saying he wants to show us something.
Did he say where he was?
He said
I mean-
Trindalag.
Yeah, which
He
is
said-
where his house was that we went to.
Yeah, I said to make your way to Trindalag whenever you have the time.
Yeah. And then we talked to Lashta, and then we did the Dredea stuff.
But I think the plan was to go to Zelfer. No,
I don't know. I don't think we
did we
really
make the final
discussed it.
decision?
I don't think we did, because also this is meta, but aren't we? Didn't Nadranel say he was sending somebody Kazeel?
He was. I don't think that ever resolved yet.
Do we? Well, okay.
That person never showed up. To
Well,
date.
yeah. So far,
Um,
you have not seen this person, that Nadranel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know if we made any decisions, because I know in Zelfir we have like, there's some people we could talk to that I think are in Zelfir, but we know that John has at least one time device, if that's our goal, and he just asked to see us. So,
Yeah.
and he also has the ability to send us anywhere as well. So, and Lyric is part of the Torchlight Committee. Is his man.
Renary
We
says-
should discuss this when we go to bed. After we take a nap.
So we want to make it a breakfast conversation?
If we are using my
Plane shift?
yes, my amulet of the plains, it doesn't matter what we decide, so it can wait till morning if we'd like to sleep on it.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Right.
As for me, I believe I'm going to eat some dinner and I'm relax in the hot tub and then have a good night's rest.
Okay. All right. So is anyone y'all can have a good dinner because there is food in the mansion. Is there anything else that any of you would like to do before sleeping for the night?
Sleep's gonna stare at them all while they eat.
God.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
Tegan will. Well, I mean, when everybody goes to sleep, he'll meditate for 4 hours, and then he will tinker with his alchemist kit that we bought.
Okay.
Take some of those mushrooms he picked up, and
Okay.
try to make. Let's see. I can only make one thing. I'll try the reduce and large, the terrible mushroom, which has the effect of the reduce and large spell. So I'll try to make a little potion vial of that out of that.
Okay. Sounds good.
There is
That
no
was
potion.
using the alchemist tools, right?
Yeah. What is the deal with the kits anyway? What does that do? Does that do anything for you? It just gives you the ability.
So, did you add the kit to your character profile?
Yeah, it's in my inventory.
Should have. Is it in your
You know what? Alchemy kits were not alchemist supplies, so I just put alchemist supplies.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Oh, lets you add your proficiency bonus to any ability checks using the tools you craft. So
Okay.
that's what I put it in as, because there wasn't really there's all kinds of kits in D&D Beyond and tools, but I don't think there's alchemist kit.
What do artificers use? Because there's a whole alchemy subclass for artificers.
Yeah, alchemist.
Sorry, I'm also looking.
Oh, it's called alchemist supplies.
Yeah, that's what I put in my inventory. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, those are the tools.
Okay. All right. So. Give me 1 second. Okay.
Well, you know what? Well, okay, it's your call.
I'm
but
just looking. What were you wanting to say?
you want to switch it out for a herbalism kit? That they do have a kit for herbalism.
I mean, the alchemist is fine. I mean,
Okay, all right.
So potion of healing, then 5e, you must have the following. Do you have an empty flask to put it in?
Good question. I would say probably not. Oh wait, let me check. You know what?
Okay, so here, okay, so with the magical item to the screen on pages 128 and 29, basically need a spellcaster. Based on the item's rarity, you must be able to cast any spells. So 128 and 129 of the Dungeon Master's Guide. Sorry, viewers, just a little. I don't have Dan here, our resident experienced CM, to give me any. Okay. So What were you crafting again? Or wanting to craft?
Reduce and large. Let me look up what level that is for you.
Yeah, look up that. Um, do you know the reduce and large spell?
No.
Okay.
Reduce and large is a second level spell. Transmutation and can druids? No, druids cannot cast that.
So you would need to the way that it says in here, and this I'm looking at the DMG crafting a magic item. You would probably need to find someone who knows that who can cast that spell.
Oh, okay.
Let me take a look here and see
And
if I don't.
Sorceries, wizards, and artificers.
Oh, okay. Which we have just Renarius. Unless you would find someone in the city or wherever you go, who would know that spell.
However you.
What level spell was it again?
Second.
Oh, okay.
Why did you want that spell in particular? Just wondering.
I was just picking an easy one. I thought it was going to be an easy one. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I can. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sleep.
No, I'm just trying to remember. Was you're trying to make it from the mushrooms you found in the cavern? Okay.
Yeah.
Do any of those mushrooms have reduce or enlarge in them?
Yeah, one has the properties of.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That was completely lost on me. Okay, so you would need. So since we don't have to worry about that, since that has those properties, you would definitely need at least some kind of like vial or something to put the potion in, whatever you would want to do there.
All right, so you know what? We'll scrap that until I get some vials. I'm not.
Okay. And then I would say probably the other half of that, Tegan would probably be. Let me just see what skill check that would probably be. I would say, I mean, maybe probably medicine, or
Okay.
I'd probably either let you do, I'd probably either let you roll for medicine or roll for
nature
or just nature. I'll let you do medicine, nature, or just an intelligence roll.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll remember that.
Okay.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah. So
all right. Sorry for the delay.
No, you're okay. It's good to know. It's good to look, and I'll look into. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. All right. So yeah, Tegan, you start to look at that, and you're just like, this is a lot for right now. I can see Tegan settling in for his trancing, setting out all the materials, and then just sitting there and just yeah, no, this is a lot.
Then packing it all back up.
Yeah, packing it all back up, putting it back in the bag. Okay. Anyone else have anything to do before you go to sleep? All right. Well.
The sleep's just gonna stand in the in the kitchen for 6 hours where he was staring at them eat dinner. Just to stay there. That's all he does. He just has to not move for 6 hours.
That's true. That's true.
Get a long rest.
Asleep. Why don't you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Oh, joy. This is where you guys find out Sleep is wise AF. No. 6.
Okay. So,
Wow.
Oh wait. Saving throw? You said saving throw?
I think so,
She did?
yes. Yeah, wisdom
Yes.
saving throw.
Never mind, 15. Saving
Wow.
throw is good.
Wait,
Yep.
Nothing
Which-
else in wisdom is good.
what's your plus for a saving throw?
Plus 10. For level
What?
5.
Oh,
Yeah.
because you're freaking like metal, like you're a warforged. So
It's something like that, probably.
impervious to things breaking in there. Okay.
Oh yeah. I have a plus. Oh, it's because of a paladin or protection.
Oh.
I have like +4 and all sorts of stuff.
right. Yeah.
My
Nice.
faith
So asleep,
saves my wisdom.
you're standing there and you've you've been awake for a few days now. And you've realized, quickly after being kind of woken up that, and also Miki explained it to you that you don't really need to sleep. You can just, as long as you just stay rather motionless and just kind of guard, stay in a sentient type state, although you didn't really understand that word. Just stand still, Miki would have said. That you're fine. You don't feel like, you're running out of energy during the day. But you've seen your friends sleep before. So you're aware of like what usually happens, right? Like the eyes start closing heavily. And oddly enough, you start to feel that. You start to feel like not that your eyes are closing because you don't have any eyelids. Well,
That's not
Masking
creepy at
tape.
all.
you do start to feel your kind of your Warforged cognitive abilities start to kind of power down a bit. Like almost like it's a very strange experience for you, but it's almost like when you were woken up by Juniper and Kazeel. It almost feels like the reverse of that. Like you're kind of like slipping out of yourself a bit there. And you find yourself, it's almost like what the room that you're standing in kind of fades away. And you find yourself like fading into view in a library. Shelves and shelves of books around you. They are floating about a foot off the floor, these shelves of books. And just kind of hovering above the ground. You do see a way through. Ho, ho, ho. Map. Oh, I was going to change that over, but it's fine. Let's see if this works. All right. So, you have to make sure that I'm getting on your map and the map on screen. So, let's see here, right there.
I'm scared.
Asleep.
There's a map just for me. Oh gosh.
You are. Bookshelves. You can see. I'm just going to draw a little bit at a time how much you can see at first, and we'll kind of go through this and start over, and erase if we need to, if we run out of room. Oh, is that hitting your maps? No, of course it's not. Oh, yeah, that's not cool. I'm gonna just drop all these to the side. It's all right. Okay. Well, Stephanie, do you have cognitive ability? Are you all right, give me 1 second. Let me just try to fix this. Help you see a little bit more of what's going on here. It's okay. We're doing it live. All right. Is that? So technically, you see about that far. So just, there's bookshelves about right here, kind of back to back. You see bookshelves up here, kind of going off. You can see that you can kind of go around the corner here to the left or to the right, or also you can go straight on. There are more bookshelves. Let me, no, you know what? Yeah, we'll see what you want to do.
Asleep will just kind of shuffle forward and just kind of like look left and right
Okay.
at that first intersection.
Let's pause you there.
Oh, great.
Savar,
Hello.
you, dreaming pretty well. You drank some before bed, I'm assuming, so you're getting a nice deep sleep.
You assumed
first.
correctly.
Yeah. And usually your dreams are, decent, pretty understandable. You don't remember a lot of them sometimes. But you suddenly, is this like crooked? Why does it look like skewed? Oh, because I'm trying to show you everything. It's fine.
It's
You suddenly kind of appear in this dream, surrounded by library books. Library shelves, in fact. You look behind you, you're right up against a library shelf. Not a library shelf, a bookshelf.
Mm-hmm.
Bookshelves on either side of you. You do see an opening ahead. And as you stand there for a couple of seconds, you see a Warforged peek its head like around the corner, which you recognize as asleep.
Mm-hmm. I would wave to sleep, and then try to pull a book off the shelf.
Okay. Are you looking at the title or anything, or just yanking one off?
Whatever's closest, yeah.
Okay.
I want to pull a book off and then see if I can read it.
All right. Yeah, you pull a book off the shelf that is called The Great Happening. As you start flipping through the pages, the words kind of seem to kind of like blur together. Almost as if you're trying to read something cross-eyed.
Okay.
But you do see the title in gold lettering on the front. Red leather cover.
And this does feel like a dream, right?
I mean, so make a wisdom check for me, please, or a history check.
I'll do
Does
the
it
wisdom
sleep?
check.
Does Sleep need to do that too, or
Nope, just the bar.
6.
6, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't, it's hard to tell. It definitely doesn't look familiar, but it's difficult to discern if you've been pulled into something or if you're sleeping.
I'll drop the book. Just let go. Let
Okay.
it fall.
Drops to the ground.
And I'll ask Asleep. Asleep. Do you know where the nearest restroom is?
Really wish it was 8:30.
Perfect
Perfect bio break segue.
It would have been.
Will turn around behind him.
Yeah, you see
Um,
Zavar.
Yeah, I'll look around for a restroom.
I'll make
I
a.
just- I
make-
do not.
I'm not gonna make you make a perception check. You don't see.
Okay.
It's just shelves of books around.
I just see
Hmm.
books.
Hmm.
Where are we?
A place of books. That's all I see. And I'll move to the center of that intersection.
Okay. Sorry that this was just bothering me.
Oh man, oof. I feel like I need to hold on to something.
ADHD got the best of me. What is Stephanie?
God, are we on the boat again? Jeez.
I'm
Oh.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Just kidding.
I obviously don't know. Like I can't discern directions with my
Oh, no,
hands.
it's all upside down. Ouch.
All right. So you go to the intersection. And I will say that the there are other shelves this way, as well as another line of bookshelves, but you can see kind of like some openings where you can turn if you want to.
If I can still move, I will go to my right, which would
Yeah,
be
this is
away
all
from
free
the
action, so
Yeah.
I'll move.
The sleep will go down to the into the hall too.
okay. So you're
like
taking.
with me or away from me?
Or I was gonna go to the right.
So you're going this way.
Yes.
Zavar, are you going
Yes.
this way?
Yes.
Okay. So two of you start going down there. Do you go all the way to the intersection to look?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sleep will. Yeah.
All right, let's pause there. Tegan. Tegan.
Yes.
Trance time, right? What,
Okay,
4
yep.
hours, right?
Yep.
Okay. You are, you've been trancing for probably like 2.5, close to 3 now. So towards the end, when suddenly you find yourself surrounded by shelves of books. Make a wisdom or a history check for me, please.
Okay, wisdom check. Okay. Oh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. These, and again, these shelves, just like I said for asleep, which I haven't reverberated, but you would have saw this too, Zavar, that they are floating a foot off the ground. And just kind of hovering there. This Tegan, with that role, this definitely reminds you of the library's floating bookshelves. Same kind of style. And they had the floating shelves as well at the library.
I note that it's somewhat like the same as the library had. I'll do a quick look around to see, even up, to see if there's a ceiling, to see
Oh wait,
is this just like
I forgot to just introduce you into the space here.
okay.
Where's the Tegan at? Where is Tegan? Oh, there he is.
¿Dónde está Tegan?
Wow. All right. So I would say, Tegan, you are right here. You would see that it kind of ends down here, and you would see a hallway to your right, going around to the corner. And then as you're looking, you would see Zavar and Asleep peek their head around the corner.
All right, I would approach.
Tegan, where are we?
That's a great question. I'm just looking around, noticing these bookshelves, and did you also guys notice that the bookshelves are floating, just like, well, Asleep, you weren't around for it, but Zavara, just like that space we were in the library. This is weird.
They are floating. I'll just like move my foot.
Mm-hmm. You can move it under it.
I'll lay down and actually look under it.
Okay. Are you looking like
Sideways, as under.
You see the bottoms of several bookshelves. But
Bottoms.
also make a perception check.
And they're all like uniform, same height up,
Yep.
and it's only like a foot.
Mm-hmm.
13.
13. You do see about 2 or 3 pairs of feet, kind of like, almost like turning and like, or walking back and forth. Not like a patrol, but
Like,
and
just
I would
other
say
people.
when you spend enough time for these people, probably, especially Juniper is gonna look from hooves
Okay.
and then a couple pairs of shoes. 2 pairs of shoes.
I fail to see the logic of having bookshelves only floating a foot. Just keep them on the ground.
I'll get up and basically just say, feet of friends. Hello, Tegan.
Hello.
Did you perhaps pass a restroom or some other place to relieve yourself when you got here?
Damn. I wish it was 8:30.
No, I just sort of shown up. Last thing I remember was beginning my meditation.
Oh, well, I'll keep looking, and I'm gonna start walking away from the both of them.
Okay.
To the left.
To the left. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. There's a fire. And as you turn the corner, you see Junie. Yeah, they are still on the map.
Zavar is acting drunk, but not drunk. I am confused.
Junie will be like, Zavar, what? Where are we? What did you do?
Asleep will follow Zavar.
If you want to meet with Tegan and Asleep, they are behind me. Can I scooch past you?
I mean,
He
sure.
is trying to find a restroom.
So I really don't think now's the time. I feel like this is kind of a weird place. I'm not really.
Oh, it is always the time, unfortunately.
Maybe you shouldn't. Well, that's what happens when you drink
That
so
sounds
much.
like a liver problem.
The virus getting it from both sides.
Wow.
Not in a fun way.
Wow. Drinking shade. It's okay.
All right. So you're gonna try to scoot past Juniper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So Juniper will kind of like lean back and allow you past. Yeah, I mostly probably can safely say that these paths are probably like these walkways in between the shelves are probably about 10 feet wide. I'm just making them like this so that way I can fit more onto the map. So there's definitely
Then it'd be more like a
room.
politely.
Yes,
Excuse me. Pardon me.
Yes.
Excuse me.
All
You know,
right.
unless she's standing with her arms wide open, it's like,
With
out of my
arms
way.
wide open
I've got to go.
under the sunlight. You know what? I'll say. Well, you're not gonna be able to see that. But so you probably also see something over here too that leads through. Yeah, you would come to this corridor that looks like it leads to some more books. Are you going around
Tegan.
the corner at all, or are you staying there, Zavar?
I mean, if I see anything different, I'll look at it. But otherwise, I'll keep moving and I'll make the turn around the corner.
Okay. I would say you turn around this corner and pause there. Renerius. You destroy the library. Renerius, wonderful dreams you're having, just nice and restful, dreaming of fair weather when you were a child. Your family. And then suddenly you're surrounded by shelves of books. And Zavar peeking around the corner at you. And we'll say, just for time's sake, that Kazeel is over here as well.
Are we dead? Is this the afterlife?
Tegan, Juniper is over here. And
Okay.
the sleep
and-
will go where the direction
Okay.
Zavar went, because he's concerned about Zavar.
All right. I'll follow his sleep.
Okay.
And I'm still in that middle. Oh God, everybody's behind me.
Everybody's bunching up on you.
Oh God. Excuse me, friends. I appreciate the camaraderie, but I would appreciate some privacy as I continue my search.
Why do you need privacy for the search?
Well, it is an uncomfortable thing to do, to relieve oneself in front of others. It is inappropriate.
Oh,
We-
we're not gonna
We
follow
won't
you in the
watch while you
bathroom.
relieve. We are just helping you find the spot to relieve.
It never helps in these things. So, fine. We'll see what happens this time. Who's to the either end?
Yeah,
to the left and to the right?
Renerius and Kazeel.
Okay.
The whole
And
group's
I've
here.
seen them, right? Like, I know that they're there.
Yes. Yes, correct. You've
And,
seen
like,
them.
Oh dear, God, I can't get away from everyone. I'm just gonna start walking towards Renerius.
Okay. All right. Are you trying to go past him? you have
Yeah,
plenty of
and as
room.
I'm going past, I'll say, "Oh, hello, Renarius. We seem to have a crowd. They are all behind me. Feel free to
Sleep will
join."
follow Zavar.
Oh my god, this is good.
Feel
This is.
feel free to join you in what?
Oh, everyone is following me as I try to find a place to relieve myself.
We are helping.
I'm not so sure that I'd like to join you.
I would appreciate not being joined, but apparently that is what everyone is doing this time around.
I don't mean. Well, I am a bit of a follower, but not in that sense.
I would suggest relieving yourself in a corner, but as the bookshelves are floating, there are no corners.
It's true. It's true. Very astute, Sleep.
I am astute.
Can you not hold it?
I think I might just sit down for a second after that comment. Like,
And you see Zavar just kind of sit down against the bookshelf.
What if we used a bag of holding?
oh my god, that's a horribly genius idea.
Just have one bag of holding.
You
just
see,
for that.
Kazil.
You better make sure that's labeled, because nobody better be like, oh, I need to find me. Oh, that's not what I was looking for.
Kazil will
But
kind
that's
of
a
like
time bomb, like give it to
turn-
somebody you don't like.
Yep,
We'll
almost
kind
in
of
unison with Tegan.
cover his bag of holding and be like, "Not mine, you're not."
Yeah. like,
I am just trying to think of logical solutions.
all right, I'm gonna stand back up again.
Okay, you stand up.
To resume my search. Come along, everyone. And I'll go down the next little
How
hallway.
did we get here?
How did we get here?
Who knows? These things just happen.
Okay.
Do they though?
Oh, they do always do that to me. I never remember where one starts and one ends.
There you go.
That seems like a personal problem. But I will follow my friend.
All right. So, excuse me while I redo the map here. You're running out of space.
Ah! As you all get swept off.
Get the big eraser out. Oops, sorry. I think the battle can is probably shaking. All right. Oh, oops. That's a tree. And that's a tree.
Hydrate? Yeah.
Oh, does someone do a hydrate?
Yeah, I'm
Thank
drinking
you.
Mountain Dew. It's not quite, but you know, it's what I got.
Yeah, see that?
It's
Stay
fine.
back and
It's
see
liquid.
this.
Yeah, I had coffee before, and that's probably less hydration
All right.
on the average. What is
Yeah.
that?
I think I had y'all.
Diet Dr. Thunder.
Nice.
Let me
Oh,
just.
baby.
Generic and diet. Ew.
Thunderstruck.
But hey, whatever works.
Okay. Let me just draw something out really quick here.
Too many bucks. Too many bucks. So Patreon slash Badbird. Get lots of cool things. Get to see
Mhm.
lots of cool posts. Get lots of cool art made by our DM herself.
Oh yeah. That's me.
There's movie nights.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
the
that's
next movie
Exclusive
night
videos.
is
When
October
next
19th.
next Wednesday, yeah. Hocus Pocus double feature.
Double feature. Double the hocus. Twice the pocus.
Is it Pocuses or Poke Eye?
I do love a good pocus. I think we all love a good
It's
pocus.
hocuses, but it's poke eye. Hocus is poke eye.
Oh, where's
All
my
right.
phone? I need her.
And it's the plural Bette Midler is Bette Midlie.
No. Okay, let's get going. All right. So y'all are
Don't say going.
Okay. So y'all turn around the corner and you see this long hallway that kind of branches off into different hallways. Let me double check my notes here.
And it's all still bookshelves, right?
Yes, also bookshelves. Making let's see here. Okay, well this is fine. Okay. Everyone make perception checks for me, please. Oh, Jesus. All right, Tegan?
13.
13. And try to remember your perception checks. We might use it for other things on this same level. I'm sorry, did I say level? Is this a dungeon? I don't know. Zavar, what did you roll?
5.
5. Asleep?
17.
And Renerius.
13.
Okay. So asleep.
This is par for the course.
Asleep, you see asleep notices a lot. What is your plus on are you proficient at perception? Asleep?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus 6, yeah.
All right. You do pass a lot of perception checks. All right, asleep. As everyone else, you look down and you just see like rows and rows of books. This long hallway of these branching bookshelves. Asleep, as you're kind of like idling up to Zavar, you see that there's a metal card or some kind of card on the floor.
I will go up and look at it.
And actually, you know what? That'd be a little bit closer. That'd actually be right here. Okay, so
I
go
will
up.
look
Go
at
and
it,
look
but I
at
will
it.
not pick it up.
It's not going to be that big, so it'll be just the size. You pick it up, and it's the size of a playing card, which you would have from your database of what that would look like. But you pick it up, and interesting, it's metal, just like you are. And I would say the rest
Is
of
there
you
anything
would
on
be
it?
rest of you would be able to see that Asleep is picking up something off the ground and looking at it. No, just some really, I mean, nothing like carved into it that's like pictorial, but there's some interesting designs like cut into the metal, like almost like die cut. Just this very no design that like really reads anything that you can tell. It's just shapes and little florets and stuff.
I found another bookmark.
Tigger will walk up and take a look at it just to see if I recognize
Make
it.
a history check.
Sure.
Tegan.
Ooh, that time. 19. Plus
19?
0 for 19.
Okay. Would you want me to tell you out loud or message you?
No, out loud's fine.
Okay.
I have an inkling of what it is.
I just want to make sure. It does look very similar to the metal cards that you saw. I'm pretty sure. I think everyone saw them at Leighton's place.
At Leighton's place. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's
Zephyr
the
took
one
all
that
of them.
Zephyr took
Yeah.
one of like a box of them.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Gerbil had a couple just in case.
Yes.
At one point, but he gave them to Aqua. before Shanad went missing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll point it out to Renarius and although Zavar wasn't around for that, right?
Nope.
I
No.
don't
Nope, so
think so. No.
So I'll
no.
point it out to Renarius and Kazil.
Oh.
It's the soul catching cards.
Oh. Yeah, I'm having trouble remembering that, but I think I remember something about it.
Why are these just lying around? No.
Are there more, or is it just the one?
In these 3 rows, well, in this row right here, are you doing anything to look asleep, or are you just kind of standing where you are and looking around?
I mean, I will
Like, are you
look
walking
around
anywhere?
No, I'll just look down my immediate vicinity.
Okay.
I'm just holding it in front of everybody. Just
Well, your perception check was what, a 19, I think, right?
17.
17.
I mean,
Uh,
if you
you-
want to be 19, that's
You
fine.
see something on the floor near that back, this row right here.
I see something else over there. Can I keep the soul bookmark?
Just be very careful. Yes. They can capture souls, but anybody who's next to it. It could capture mine or Savar's, or I don't know if you have a soul, but if you had a
Neither
soul,
do I. I will just like tuck it into like my rope, like,
so be
and-
careful with it.
and then I just walk forward to the next one.
Okay.
I'll look left and right down the aisles as I go.
Just other shelves of books as you look down. And you you walk up to that other thing on the ground, and it looks like another metal card.
I found 2. Or I found
Hmm.
1. Now I have 2.
And you pick it up off the ground.
Yes. since I picked up the first one.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, Tegan will walk up and encourage everybody else. Looks like somebody's left us a trail.
Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy.
I wish it was candy, not these metal cards.
Do they have souls in them now?
I'll ask Kazil to use his telescope to see if there's any sense of Shiga in those cards.
Oh,
I don't know if it'll work, but
I can certainly try, and you'll get out the telescope and look for a second at a sleep. I don't see any. No.
okay. Let's keep going. I don't know why we're here. Or who? I don't know even if we are someplace or this is all happening in our minds.
Are you all figments of my imagination?
Oh,
Do you have an imagination asleep?
I don't know. This is why this is big deal.
right. So you're heading down the to kind of go like around the corner there at the end.
Okay.
All right, and as y'all
The sleep
pass,
will just be looking for more cards.
there are you'll just pass other rows of books, and we'll say that you get to here, and you do see that the okay. So that you're able to tell as you kind of like, will some of you kind of go around the next corner? Still
Yeah,
looking?
Sleep will
or...
keep going forward. Yeah,
Okay.
Sleep's excited about finding guards now.
Asleep. As the rest of you kind of pile in here, you can let me know if you go around any farther. But I'm just assuming that you're just kind of like looking around. But I'll ask you in a second. Asleep. With your perception check, let's we'll say that you do see something else on the ground. Sorry, I was looking for a different color. But while I was looking for it, my mind was like, what am I looking for again? You see another card on the ground. You go over to it?
Yes.
Do you pick it up?
Yes.
Okay. It's gone. So Asleep, as you look at these cards Asleep, they all have different and kind of like die cut designs on them. Some a little bit almost like little flowers. Some of them with just like pretty little like lines in it, with different little like pieces going off, like almost like vines. And as y'all start to kind of go around the corner, which I assume that y'all would, you see that it just kind of dead ends. Shelves of books still. All of these like walls are shelves of books. Here, I'll move this over a bit.
Can I look at some of the book titles?
You absolutely can. Let me just try to adjust the battle cam here so they're not just looking at two people. It's still very again, Stephanie proves that she can't like give direction. Okay, well that fountain is not in your bookshelves. Sorry to say.
The fountain.
Yes. Without making a perception check, I'd say that you're able to see a few book titles. The book titles that you see, Rhaenyra, there are some with power, the word power in it. The great power, the power of the power of females,
The power of love.
the power of love. There are some, and then you'll see a couple with you'll see some with the word great in them. The great animal, the great disaster. And you'll see some with, I think there was one other. Oh, you'll see some with time in the title. The time of their lives. The time of the tree. Your time, my time. It's all our times. Yeah, and just a lot of books with those, the word great in the title, the word power in the title, and the word time in the title.
Okay.
But standing in this hallway, why don't all of you make if you're not happy with the roll that you rolled for perception before, you may roll again. Or
Can I roll again to see what it is, or would I have to take the new roll?
Nope, you have to choose. You have to
Okay.
make the decision now.
I think 13's pretty good for your Rhaenyra.
I will keep perception.
Okay. Tegan?
Good thing I did. 24.
Nice. And Zavar?
Oh no, I'm keeping my 5.
Okay. So Tegan and Tegan, you know, with that high of a roll, I will say that you've been kind of like looking around, walking around ahead of, it seemed like, you know, kind of at the front of the group. As you get over here towards where Asleep found the card on the ground, you see, as you're kind of looking at the bookshelf, you see a bit of something black sticking out from under one of the books on the shelf. Like just something like a piece of fabric. It's hard to tell.
Under the bookshelf or under a book?
Under a book on the shelf.
All right, I'll kind of point it out, but I'll also note what the book is and pick up the book and whatever the object is.
The book is titled The Time of the Raven. And what was the other things you were looking at?
Whatever the object was that caught my eye.
As you take, are you pulling it out, or are you just kind of trying to look at it while it's under? Oh, you take off the book, right?
Right.
You take the book out. As you pull out the book, you notice you can only pull it out so far before it stops. You can't remove it any farther. So it comes out about halfway. Out from under it falls a feather, a black feather, to the floor. And you hear almost like a gear turning and then stopping.
Someone killed a bird with the book. That is disconcerting.
Not sure, you know, what this. I'll point out. I'll describe what happened to everyone.
The sleep will pick up the feather.
Okay.
Another
Asleep. Make a nature check, please.
Nature. All right.
Did I not?
This is gonna be amazing, guys.
book.
8.
Okay. You can't tell what it's from, but definitely a bird feather.
I believe it came from a bird. I don't have a bird feather, so I'm going to use a Sasquatch sticker.
A great representation. Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm going to cast Find Traps.
Okay. Is that a certain radius around you?
You sense the presence of any trap within range. 120 feet.
Trap.
A trap for the purpose of this spell includes anything that would inflict a sudden or unexpected effect you consider harmful or undesirable, which was specifically intended as such by its creator. Thus, the spell would sense an area affected by the alarm spell, glyph of warding, or a mechanical pit trap, but it would not reveal a natural weakness in the floor, unstable ceiling, or a hidden sinkhole.
Ooh.
You're noting that for later.
It's a trap.
The spell merely reveals that trap. It does not disarm it. But you do learn the general nature of the danger posed by the trap.
No traps.
No traps. Okay.
I like it.
What is that? Is that
There
asleep?
we
No, that is
No.
Admiral Akbar.
General Akbar.
go. OBS was like, stop it. You're going to get copyright.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter how bad that image is going to be. I'll always recognize that.
Just seeing that black feather, Tegan's just going to say in a loud voice, do you plan on conquering, what was this? Do you plan on conquering other countries?
Do you ever feel the need to conquer lands?
Do you ever feel the need to conquer lands?
That sounds like a very specific quote.
It was.
Nothing is. You don't hear anything.
Okay, just worth a shot.
Okay.
But that book's still stuck halfway, right?
Yes.
Where did we hear the gear turning? Was that just like in
Hmm.
the bookshelf?
Yeah, it's kind of in just the general area.
I'm gonna. All right.
You can make yeah, your perception check wasn't high enough to really tell like what direction it's coming from.
Okay. I'm gonna slowly put the book back and see if there's any reaction anywhere. Listening intently to see if there's.
You hear the gear shift again.
Do I get a sense of direction?
No, stop.
Hark, the sound of my people.
I mean, it does sound like it's coming from this general area, I'll say.
Damn.
Sleep will just start walking down this like aisle of books, looking for more bird feathers or anything interesting.
Make an investigation check, please.
Ooh, investigation. It's just as good as nature. Let's go. Hey, it's a 9.
Yeah, you don't see any anything with that check.
Tegan will call to the others and say, this book might be half or part of the puzzle. See if we can find any other books that look suspicious. With something sticking out of it, or I don't just might catch your attention. I'm going to stay by that book.
Okay.
These bookshelves are floating?
Yes.
Too, right?
Yes, all of them are.
Asleep will do what his good friend Zavar did.
I will say there's a difference. Okay. Is the wall that Tegan's standing by that you were just by as well is the only one that goes to the ground.
Inconsistency.
It seems like a solid wall, like a solid bookshelf wall of bookshelves.
Do the heights at least match with the rest of them, or are they like?
Nope, the heights match.
That's okay then. Can we leave now? I would like to not be here. I found bookmarks.
Is Zavar Renarius looking for anything? What are the two of you doing? Zavar, what are you doing?
Was that Asleep that went back into the hallway?
What?
Is it Asleep that went back into the hallway?
Yes.
I'm gonna go back through the hallway.
Okay.
Go back to the far right.
The far right back here?
Yep, and then take a left through one of those alcoves. All the way to the end.
Here?
Nope, all the way to the end.
There?
Yep. I'm gonna face that end.
Okay.
Look over my shoulder, see if anyone's behind me.
No, unless anyone followed him.
Time to go.
Oh my gosh.
And I'll do my best to relieve myself right there in the corner.
This is when we find out that the floor has a slight incline.
Right. Do you
just wet the bed?
Do you aim for the books or do you aim for under the bookshelf?
Oh, under. That's more
Okay.
interesting.
Okay, so you aim for under the bookshelf, and
Yep.
you hear it hit the floor.
Okay.
Do we all hear it hit the floor?
Zavar, make a
Slide a hand check.
what was your perception check is staying 5, right? You kept it at
Yes.
5?
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
never mind.
Okay, great, perfect. I look to make sure that I do actually still have pants, because this is usually about the time they disappear. And I'll make sure that they are all up and tied and correct.
They are up and tied and they are correct after you
Yeah.
put the pants back on. Yes.
Yeah, and I'll double check again, because usually that's when they go away again after I think they're done. And my pants are still there, I hope.
Nope, your pants are still there.
Okay, great. So that's a first.
Zavar, make a dexterity saving throw.
Certainly. Ooh, 11.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds here. Wow. Okay. So Zavar, as you're standing there, you're checking to make sure your pants are still on you.
Mhm.
5, you suddenly get hit in the back of the head. And you look down and it was a book that hit you in the back of the head. And then another hits you on the side. You're able to dodge a third,
Mhm.
but then a fourth and a fifth come at you. Could you roll a d6 for me, please?
Certainly. I rolled a 5.
You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
This is the weirdest remake of Page Master I've ever been a part of.
I sober up immediately. Oh, what the fuck? What the shit? But I'm getting hit. This hurts. What the hell is going on? This is no dream?
The 4th book hits you. The 5th book
what-
hits you.
Ah!
Does
I'm
the
gonna
sleep here
run.
of our struggling?
I'm gonna run from that little hallway and
Okay.
and just try to escape the attacking books.
Okay. As you run to the end of the hallway, you realize you're not being attacked by books anymore.
Okay. Asleep. I thought I was in a dream, but I'm being attacked. I'm hurt. What is going on here?
That is what I've been asking for a while now.
I what this heck? And I'm gonna go run over to asleep.
Okay.
I was just attacked by books. They flew off the shelf and they hit me. Ow! Do you see this bruise? Ow!
This must be where the best books are sold.
Oh.
They are flying off the shelves.
Oh, wow.
Ah, ah,
Okay, bye, Jonathan. It was great having you in the campaign.
oh boy.
Suddenly,
I love it so much.
I would like to think it was Mickey that programmed all those.
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah. Yeah,
For
there's-
sure.
There's, there's all sorts of stuff on the network. The Warforged network.
Yeah.
That list of responses. Ooh, this is a good one.
Yeah. Renarius, what are you doing? Anything specific or just...
I would follow Tegan's lead and maybe
Okay.
look for. Do I notice that the one bookshelf is the only one that hits the floor?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So I would be also looking in that bookshelf. for
Okay. All right.
Suspicious things.
Make an investigation check for me, if you wouldn't mind.
Certainly. Nat 20,
Woo!
so 30.
wow, nice. You find where Zavar went to the bank.
So, Renarius, you don't see anything different about the books, like Tegan did, but you would notice as you're kind of like looking up against this wall that around the center here, that you do kind of notice that there's an inconsistency in the bookshelves. Like, not just that they're going all the way to the ground and like the others, but like that there is almost like the bookshelves are broken up in a weird way. There's not really a gap to any of these on this wall, like in between the shelves. But you notice a small gap on like a couple of shelves that almost seem like doors.
Okay. I want to try and just reach out and push or pull on one of those door-looking apparatuses.
Okay, make a strength check for me, please.
11.
11. Does not budge an inch.
Tegan, seeing Rhaenyra do that, say, "Hold
Yeah,
on."
I would call whoever's near me
Right.
over.
Be like, "Hold on, wait, let's try that," and I'll pull the book back out as far as I can, and I'll look at Rhaenyra. Try it again.
I push on the door.
Does not budge. Not even give.
Son of a bitch.
Pull on the door.
Nope.
Oh, I thought that was it.
Doug's gonna-
Wouldn't that be great?
I'm gonna give this book a really hard look to see if there's any like a lever attached to the back. Is if there's something, anything I could tinker with my lock picking skills that might. Is it jammed? Is it?
What did you roll for investigation before, Tegan?
19? Oh no, 24. 24.
Taking a look at this book, or take a closer look at it. I mean, it definitely seems like it's some sort of lever, right? Because you pulled it out. I would say that you'd probably be able to kind of like look almost like in the cracks around this book. The books around it are books. And it seems like there's a mechanism in the back, like almost like a gear of sorts that seems to be going inside the shelf wall. I mean, depending on what you want to do, there's a specific action that you want to take. It's a little probably difficult to see with like the shadows and stuff. Do you have dark for this? Tegan has dark vision.
Yeah.
So why don't you can try to make an intelligence check at disadvantage, since you don't really have any, right? Like you don't have any background in mechanisms or anything. I mean, you are a give me 1 second here. Let me just take a look. Okay. With your background, go ahead and make it an I'll let you make either intelligence check or even like a history check to kind of like try and retrieve your knowledge of things that you've seen or read about before with your rogue background.
All right, check. Right. Okay.
Mhm.
Don't matter. It's all 0 at disadvantage, right?
No, just regular, since you're a
okay.
rogue and with your
All right, intelligence check it is. A 5.
Yeah, you can't tell if it's jammed. I mean, you could maybe try to like put your hand back there, but it's you can't tell just by looking if it's supposed to go another way, you know?
Tegan's looking at it. Mechanical. Asleep. You're mechanical, right?
Does this does it sleep in Zavar? Do we walk back over there?
If you want to, yeah. You could hear Tegan where you're at. So you walk over there.
I am coming.
Okay.
What did you need me to do?
My problem here, this book is somehow keyed. Rhaenyra thinks he's found some secret doors, but this book is only coming out halfway. It's not like fully doing what I think it's supposed to do. Do you think
you want me to pull the book harder?
Or take a good look at it and see if you can discern what's going on with this? Because I've given it my best shot and I can't figure it out.
I am better at pulling or pushing, not discerning. I'll just grab the book and.
Oh, okay. Make a strength check asleep.
Just strength.
Yes.
Definitely take a step back. He's gonna do that.
6 plus 4, 10.
Okay. You give it a nice. Are you pushing or pulling?
I was gonna pull it out.
Okay. If you're pulling, you do feel the book kind of give a bit. Yeah, and you hear like a slight kind of like scrape.
Well, seeing that he got a little bit of more well, I'll help him pull.
Okay. Kazil will step over. I don't really think. I'm sorry. I don't really. Maybe we need to look for others.
Okay.
I mean, we have shelves. We have shelves of books here.
Yeah, we didn't spot anything obvious, but you know what? It's not. Rather than trying to break this thing, hold on to sleep, and I'll go like Rhaenyra. Where did you sense the doors at?
And I'll point out
Right.
in this area, sort of.
All right, so I'll skip those parts,
Okay.
and on the other side of that, I'll start like just pulling books off of shelves.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
Sleep's gonna just start just like just clearing books off the entire shelf.
Okay. All right. Just on this wall.
Yes.
Yes, to start. Yes.
Okay.
As I'm doing that, Sleep will also say. Also, Zavar was hit by books.
What?
Books flew and hit him in the head.
Zavar, you can
What?
hear this.
I was attacked.
What? Did you see who attacked you?
No, I did not. I did not see anything except I was just the books that came out and flew right at me.
Where did this happen? Where did?
Down the hall and through one of the those alcoves, one of those over there.
Oh, okay. Well, find anything interesting there?
No, I wasn't looking. I just went back there for a moment and then I got hit and then I ran out.
Okay, that's weird.
Yes, very weird. I cannot understand or explain it.
All right, see if you can help us find. There's got to be another switch book here somewhere.
All right.
So I'll start looking and see
Okay.
if I see anything different or better.
Okay. Where are you looking at, Zavar?
God, I don't know. Wherever there's books left that Asleep isn't pulling them off of shelves.
Right. Well,
He's just
Sleep.
removing them left and right.
Sleep's over here. Tegan's over here. Are you pulling them off of this wall, or are you trying for a different area?
Oof. I'm just gonna pick a different area. Just
Okay.
as not in the same area, just in case it's different.
Okay. Are you going like staying in this little like like head of the key shape, or are you heading down?
Yeah. No, I'll stay in that
Okay.
in that area.
All right. So let's say you start pulling off books here. While they're doing that, Renarius, are you doing anything specific?
Pulling books. Or...
Okay. You just want to tackle a different wall?
Yeah.
All right. I would say that Juniper would probably do the same, as would Kazeel. Actually, they rolled pretty well earlier. You'll hear Juniper say, I'm just gonna check down here, I think.
Why is the floor wet?
Yeah.
That's way over near the corner, so it's not a problem right there.
So you'll hear
Unless it's an
Juniper's footsteps kind of retreat down the hall a bit, and after about a minute, you'll hear her say, I think I found another book. And that's when we'll take a bio break. So for viewers, for players, we take a 10-minute bio break. So stay tuned, and we will be back soon.
Zavar already had his.
Oh yeah, true.
Mm,
True. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh dear.
wow.
it's been a while, so I'm a little hazy. But yeah, something like that.
What are we questioning?
Oh, just where exactly we're at. I couldn't remember if, while I was doing goofy things, someone actually, recognized this place, but Frankie was describing the fact that we were in the library, and we got transported to the other room that might be similar, might not. Yeah.
That room, they had floating bookshelves and stuff. It was kind of like, I remember at the end, like, well described like it was like a serial, like cylinder kind of thing.
Yeah, I was thinking something right. That's okay. That's right. But there was floating bookshelves in there.
Yeah, there were. And I think that there were also like floating boards and stuff too. Like there was lots of stuff.
Got a good memory from that. Jeez.
And what I was
So
saying,
yeah, I think it was on one of those bookshelves that your duty saw.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. I knew that she saw it there. Okay, got it.
Yeah, well, I think the room itself was like, I mean, it didn't look like a normal room. I don't think. Like, so it was like it seemed interdimensional, but then also every time we went into that room, we got like that dimension sickness.
Oh yeah. That nausea. That's right. I started it today. I'm fighting my way. I'm like, God, because it's kind of like stuff just happens, and I'm not sure, I'm not, it's like, why did it do that? Why did it take 2 points instead of 2? One? No, I don't know what's going on. I'm like thinking, is this what Magic the Gathering is like?
Oh, I don't think anything's like the game or anything like Inscription. But Inscription, like, I mean, it does. I mean, that's kind of the point of it.
Yeah, and it's like, it didn't help, but I was like, okay, I jumped out of it for a second. All right, how do you I got it when I was screwed up. I'm like, let me start a new game. Guess what?
Yeah, it's one of those games where it's like messing up this story kind of thing.
Okay. Because it
So,
won't let
like,
you start a new game.
Oh, well, yeah, that too. That's part of the stuff. But it's very
Oh, you did that game. Okay, that makes sense.
which I haven't played that, but I've heard that one trippy.
They
I
gave
will tell you, Inscription's. You think it's trippy at the beginning? It's getting trippier. Well, I think it's probably just gonna be us. Because Chris hasn't said anything, and Madeline had already
Yeah.
said she's out, so. Not Pony Island Express. Pony Island. I don't know why I said Pony Island Express.
I love Pony Island.
Yeah, Daniel Mullins. I know the thing with that I realized with Scripted is I love team building. That's why I like it so. But
It's difficult for me to feel my way through it.
Because I'm pretty far ahead now. I mean, I've been playing it for, I don't know what, I'm playing on PS5, so I don't know what.
I'm playing on PS4, yeah.
But, yeah, it's, I think it's gonna drag in the middle for so probably if you don't like deck building, I don't know, because even me, even though I'm loving it, like it reaches a point where I'm like, oh,
It's a deck building game?
description, yeah.
Yeah. No.
It's a very different. It's almost like a. It's actually it's weird. I haven't seen anything describe, but it's pretty much it's a roguelike, pretty much. Because there are times where they're like the story's just like, nope, you're gonna die. Just see how long you last. And
Yeah. How do you get up from the table? Like I beat the first guy, the minor.
I mean.
And it told me about the clue, and I found the clue, and I'm like, how do you get up from the table? I can't get up from the table.
You can get up to the table anytime it's the map out.
Oh,
You just push back on.
that's why you're that card.
Yeah, it's only when you get the map out. And they'll say that.
Yeah, the camera's all earthquake. There you go.
Alright. Yay, Stephanie learns directions.
Well, it's always the camera.
That'll do. That'll do. Alright. So sorry, viewers. We're here. We're here. Just take this little Alright. We're back. Sorry about that. Alright. So, you heard Juniper from around the corner say, hey guys, I think I found another book.
All right, I'll yell to whoever's closest to me to go see where Juniper's at and see what you found. I'm going to stay by this book in case we need to move.
Okay, that'd be Renarius. Renarius, do you go?
Yep.
Okay. Renarius will head over there. And she will point you to where the book is. Which it seems like it has like a black feather underneath it. So I didn't touch it. Renarius, do you want to do the honors or do you know what to do?
I'm short, and I'll try and pull the book.
Okay. You pull the book and you hear that kind of gear clinking sound.
Could someone go over there and try that door again?
And a black feather falls to the ground.
Where is the door, Tegan?
The door? It's,
Asleep ask amidst a pile of books at their feet.
It should, hopefully it might be open. It should be right in the middle there to your right.
And you walk, you kind of, push your way through the books that you pulled off the shelf asleep.
Just wade through.
Yeah. And door is not open.
Sleep will try to open it.
Okay. Are you pushing?
Yes.
Make a strength check for me, please.
$14.
Does not budge.
Perhaps we should try these at the same time.
Okay, I'm going to push my book back in.
Okay.
You-
You push it back in, Tegan. You hear the gears kind of move again. That.
And Renarius will do his, try to time it the same.
Okay. So you're counting down, or?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you count down. Pull the books at the same time. You hear kind of like an echo of gears moving. Door doesn't open.
Keep looking. Might find another feather somewhere.
I'm going to pick up that feather.
Okay.
Can I take a good look at it, like an
Yeah.
investigation check?
You can make an investigation check or a nature check.
Let's do nature.
Okay.
Can Asleep do a running, like, shove
22.
into the door?
Give me one. Okay, we'll cover that in a second, Jonathan.
Okay.
So you said 22.
Yes.
Okay. The feather looks like that it is. It looks like a raven's feather, right? But it is a little bit longer, than what a raven's feather typically would be. A bit bigger. Girthier.
Perhaps a Kenku feather. Anyway. I will resume my search of books
Okay.
with clanking.
I see a DM smirk.
Make an investigation. Well, let's see. If you wouldn't mind making a fresh either perception or investigation check for me, Renarius. And you can and I'll come back to you in a second. Jonathan, or Asleep. So you're wanting to make. So you have 10 feet here. I mean, you can definitely back up against that wall and like try to do a running jump. You can try to come at it from an angle.
Basically, I just want to see if I can use my athletics skill.
Sure. You can try. How would that look for you?
Just just bulldoze.
Okay.
Just kind of, I guess, diagonally a little bit, so I could get like a little bit
Okay.
more than just like 10 feet.
All right. So make an athletics check for me as you see Tegan, you'll see kind of Asleep kind of back up and just kind of like get into this position, and you'll hear some like, what you're used to when like some interesting kind of like small gears turning over in Asleep's direction as he like, and then he just bolts forward.
You
Mhm.
might not want to. Oh dear.
26?
Yep.
So, Asleep, as you hit these doors, they do give a little bit, but it's as if there's a very strong, like, lock inside. Maybe on the other side.
It is still locked. Should I try again?
Nope. I think we should keep looking for feathers. There's got to be If there's two of them, there might be three. There might be four. Search this whole room for feathers and sticking out of a bookcase.
Renarius, what was your roll for
27.
27? And that was investigation, right?
Mhm.
Renarius, as you kind of like, would you like step out of this hall at all? Like, would you be looking around?
Yeah, I'd be looking at the different bookcases to
Okay.
see.
I will say that as you get back here, you do notice a
Puddle of urine.
well, with that investigation check, probably you kind of make a turn here and do kind of have a certain kind of
Smell asparagus.
tangy sour smell hit your nostrils that you probably smelled before. Well, definitely smelled before. Is Renarius pee? I don't know. I don't usually stop and
Wizards
think.
don't pee.
Wizards don't
Stephanie.
pee. You definitely smelled before. But besides that, you also see something sticking out from one of the books on the shelf.
Okay. I'll take the book. Pull the book.
Okay,
Do something to the book.
you pull the book out. It stops about halfway. A feather falls to the floor that was under it. Very similar to the other feather you picked up. And you hear and hear a creaking as Tegan and asleep. You see that the doors, you hear a large clink sound behind them and see them kind of open up just a bit.
Hooray!
I think that got it. Give it a pull there. Asleep. See if it opened the door.
A pull or push.
A pull.
I will
Which
try.
way? Which way did they crack open?
They cracked open like inward, like towards y'all.
All right, pull. Definitely a pull.
I don't understand how hinges work.
Okay.
Pull.
So asleep, you pull open the door. Let's see here. Zavar with the clanking. Would you have turned around and went over to them at all, or would you have stayed looking through the books?
Oh no, definitely would have been more interested in that sound.
Okay. We'll see, Renarius, you're on your way back. As asleep, you pull the doors open. This small hallway, probably just you because the doors almost take up the entire hallway. You can get around them, a little bit. Just flooded with light. Asleep, you're probably, blinded for just a moment. And then you start seeing through the light. And you see a shadow, like a silhouette, standing in the light. About 4 foot tall, 7 inches.
Awfully specific.
Honestly, that's just a guess from your DM.
Just a guess.
Asleep, what do you do? Again, the doors that you're kind of holding open are kind of taking up most of the hallway, so unless like Tegan, would anyone be going like around the doors to look in as well?
Yeah, if the second
Okay.
that door opened, he would have been. Yeah.
So Tegan, you're
Identify
there.
yourself.
You're there. Zavar, would you go around the door to look in or kind of stay back a bit?
I would get close to where the door is, but not quite in yet.
Let's say Kazeel would
Just
probably
behind
be right
them.
there.
Yeah.
Juniper will probably stand
Mm-hmm.
with you. Renarius, you're still on your way back, so probably come around the corner at this time. And The as you say that asleep, you start to adjust to the light, or either the light kind of dims a bit, and you see standing in a probably like a like a 30 by 30 foot room with another set of double doors open on the other side of the room, and the Kinku is kind of standing in the middle of those doors, or right in front of them, which the light is pouring in through that second set of doors on the other side of the room you're looking into.
She did say Kinku.
And yeah, you see a Kinku standing there with a purple cloak. Tegan, you would definitely
Yes.
recognize this person.
Okay.
This is Kazeel will probably be like,
Actually,
yes.
would Zephyr be in Asleep's like database of, the chosen people?
The description
sense.
does look familiar to you, asleep. But you'll hear Kazeel behind you asleep be like, huh. And Tegan, you definitely recognize this as a Zephyr. Renerius, I'll say that you're able to kind of peek around if you want to. So you'd see Zephyr as well if you are, look. The light continues to die down, and you see that Zephyr, as I said, is standing like almost in the middle of this other set of doors that's open. And on the floor in between you and Zephyr, so about 15 feet in, is a piece of paper on the ground. And yeah, so he's standing there for a moment. Does anyone make a move or do anything?
Identify
Zephyr,
yourself.
it's good to see you.
He will kick the paper closer to you. And as he takes a couple of steps back and kind of cocks his head and looks at you, all of you, or the ones he can see in the doorway.
If no one else, I mean, I don't know how much, if I can get by asleep or whatever, but I'll pick up the note
Okay.
if no one else does.
will move. Asleep will move forward. Asleep's gonna make sure that he's in between everybody and this bird.
Okay. So you move forward just a bit. Renerius steps in right behind you and picks up the paper. And as you stand back up, you see that something grabs a hold of Zephyr and suddenly pulls him through the door, with the door shutting right behind him. But just as it shuts all the way, you see him kind of like trying to get a peek of you all. And will say, do you ever feel the need to conquer lands? And then be pulled through the door, and the door will shut, and you'll hear a click. Renerius, do you look at the paper in your hands?
Yes.
In your hands, there is, it's kind of on weathered piece of paper, but is drawn a map. At the top of the map, on to the top left, is in parentheses the shelves, like a shelf, or like several shelves, the shelves. And the map will be very similar to almost like how I drew out this, but not exactly. So you'll see like different like pathways leading through, and this is marked with this line kind of showing you the path through these different hallways and corners and showing you a path from one side of the maze to the other. Beside, we'll say that beside the shelves is in parentheses library. And at the bottom of the map to the right, you'll see scribbled in very almost like childlike letters, Zephyr. And Manerius, you suddenly wake up in your bed at the start. It almost seems like you're a little stuffy in the room. And in your hand is a rolled up map. And the rest of you will wake up in your rooms as well. Anyone who picked up feathers would still have the feathers. Anyone that picked up the cards, which I think was just asleep, you'll still have the cards. And all of you remember the dream.
I immediately check to see if my bed is dry.
Nope, it is not, sir.
God damn it.
It is not.
Yep. That's how these work.
Bed's wet. If you were wearing pants before, they're off. And just flung to the side, soaked in urine.
Yep, that's a throwback. Okay.
All right. So, we'll say that everyone gets their sleep in. And it is the next morning in the mansion. I assume that there's probably food for breakfast, right, Rhaenyra, as per usual. Whoever gets up around, early, because they'll probably be like, that was a weird dream. Something about books and a library and Zephyr, and all of you were there.
It was not a dream.
Yeah, no. Oh, would I have a bruise or something from getting hit?
Yes, you did have a bruise.
Yeah. What do you mean in dream? We were all there. Obviously, it was not. I have a bruise. I decided not to get up and wake you all and ask you questions, just because maybe my pants were wet. But now that we are all awake, I think we should discuss what happened.
I don't know what happened because I don't sleep, so I don't know how I dream.
Well, I mean, you experienced it somehow. I am not familiar with the being that you looked like you were trying to communicate with. Well, I've heard his name. You've mentioned him before. I believe it was Zelfer? Zephyr? My apologies. What was it? Zephyr? Zephyr? Okay, I will try to remember. Zephyr. But what does it mean? What did we do? How did we get there?
How did we get?
I believe it was. Well, I am now talking like Zavar.
Been hanging around me too much.
If I'm not mistaken, we were told Zephyr. Too many Z's. Too.
I know that's gonna be
Zephyr had joined the library. Thus, I assume we were probably in the library, because Tegan said it reminded him of that room in the library, and there were books, like a library.
If the library has this kind of power, I mean, I know that they do, but this is most disturbing that they could pull us into whatever that was, and I experienced an actual injury. how are we going to do what we're supposed to do and survive being pulled into our dreams? How are we going to hide from them?
Well, this is not the first time something like this has happened. Maybe you guys weren't here, but some of us have experienced these communal dreams before. However, none of us have left them injured. I'm sorry to say, Zavar.
That's very wait, you've had this happen before? This is very concerning. I mean, I'm all right, but I thought it was a dream, a just complete dream until I got hit. It felt so weird.
It is, and it isn't. It's strange.
Well,
Rhaenarius, do you have the paper that you picked up from?
I do indeed. Yes, it seems to be a map of sorts of the library.
That is convenient.
Indeed. If there are
Signed by Zephyr himself.
Interesting. What does it show?
And I will unfurl the map. And
It's a very not set up this way, but the way the map looks is very like just a bunch of like hallways and just kind of scribbled on there with a line kind of leading through them. And at the top you'll see the shelves. And in parentheses, library. I will say like at the library.
Do you trust this map from Zephyr?
I do know that Zephyr is in some sense with the library now, but Zephyr has never wronged us before, except when he ran away with some stuff that would have been useful, but that was neither here nor there.
Actually, it was there.
Or was it here?
I love his sleep so much. So
I do not know.
So Zephyr may be with the library, but yet he has been a former trusted friend. We see him in this strange library environment that we all shared. You get a map. If he was a friend, and could it be that he might be trying to use that to help us?
Either that, or it is a trap.
How are we going to know the difference?
By trusting Rhaenarius. If Rhaenarius says he trusts it.
Tegan seems to be a much better judge of character than I am. What are your thoughts?
I think it could be. No certainty. Nothing's certain in this. He might have had some sort of inkling, or how Zephyr was going off on a whim to go to the library, and maybe he's not happy with what he found, and this is a way of maybe sort of letting us know if we ever find ourselves in that library of books, that maze of books, perhaps how to get out of that maze.
Tegan, I would like to clarify, do you believe that Zephyr was convinced that his choice to join the library had good reason? It was not under some kind of duress or evil intention, but
Don't know because he was certainly Shiga affected. He was sensitive to it.
oh dear.
So, um,
Hmm.
and he just left. He didn't leave a note or anything. So, we don't really know what caused him to go to the library.
Well, perhaps it was against his will.
Could be.
Um,
And I mean, did Tegan get a glimpse of them, of Zephyr being pulled through the other door?
Yes. Yeah, it would have been
So-
Tegan, whoever was standing there, which I think was
Kazeel.
Tegan Kazeel asleep, and Renarius was looking around.
It certainly didn't look voluntary. Like perhaps he got caught doing something.
Hmm. Well, if that is the case, then one, in a way, we have an ally inside the library, but two, that I mean, it is not someone that I am familiar with, but I know that he is a friend of yours, and so I also feel compelled to keep an eye out for them, and if possible, another one to rescue.
Did you not? Asleep might not actually know this, but did you not promise Deft that we would help save Zephyr at some point?
I believe we did. It was Deft who related the information to us, right, about Zephyr, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that was
Was-
part of the deal. Because
Oh yeah,
for his time device.
right.
Oh yeah.
Um,
That area with
Mhm.
bookshelf was certainly a
hmm
extra dimensional, at
also,
least from my knowledge. So getting in there is not going to be easy.
there could
Oh, what-
be an easy way to verify if this is an accurate map. We could ask Agnes.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
I have my moments.
Yes.
Keep them coming.
Would it be prudent to try to get a message to Deft and let him know that we are aware of Zephyr's presence and that we are making an effort? Or is that too premature? Or is that premature?
I don't know. I think take a wait and see.
Right.
Well, we know he is in the library. Def knows he is in the library. We both know he is in the library.
You definitely have your facts correct. Well,
I
That's
wrote it
another-
down in my book with my bookmarks.
Mm.
well, we will have to make sure and keep that on our list of things to do when we finally get there. And hopefully, nothing negative befalls him until then. What is our next move?
I'm gonna go see John in Trindalag.
Hey.
He has information and a time device. I
I
don't know if we
believe that
could talk him out of it, but
I believe that we were waiting till today for the ability to transport. Is that still our plan?
I can teleport you to Trindalag if we wanna. If you want to.
Every time something like this happens, I feel that we are running out of time. I think that we should make haste and get to Trindalag.
Well,
Time
we
is
do.
merely a construct.
Do we wish to speak with Agatha before we go, or Agnes?
So they are coming with us, or are they not?
Yeah, Agatha will kind of come out of her room and just like
Agnes.
Agnes, sorry. and just kind of like
It was
nod at
Agnes all
everyone
along.
and go and get something to eat from the table. Very typical behavior of her to be very quiet and inward.
Good morning.
Right.
Did you sleep well?
Probably it's slowly becoming aware that everyone's probably looking at her. We just kind of like look at everyone. What did I miss?
Oh, just a strange dream that
We had a
some of us
communal
had.
dream, and I don't dream. It was very disconcerting.
Yes, I don't think that Warforged are supposed to dream. Strange.
Well, would you mind taking a look at this? I point to the map as it's scrawled out on the table.
As Agnes starts to look at it, I'm gonna like pretend to like firm down the map on the table, but I'm gonna put my hand as we look at it, lean over
Sure.
and put it over Zephyr. The name Zephyr on the
Okay.
map.
Okay. Oh yes.
We were in an area much like this in our dream. Bookshelves, floating bookshelves, books upon books upon books.
The shelves are what some of the lower cut ones refer to as part of the library. This does look like a map of sorts. It is maze-like. Interesting as to where you got this, but I'm not here to ask questions.
It was part of the dream.
Well, it seems like someone is trying to help you. The library wouldn't be handing this out for free. So if it was the library that sent it to you, then there's a price to pay. But maybe you have a friend that you're unaware of inside the walls.
It could be.
I would
That
be
particular
careful
area
of
with the
it.
careful of
Friends who are masquerading inside other areas that are not friendly. I can start off as helpful, but usually doesn't end so.
Gives me a thought. But anyway, that area with the bookshelves, there's no easy way to get there, is there?
Here, and she'll point to the map. You mean this?
Yes.
No. The library, unless you're attuned to the building, I believe, is ever shifting.
Never in this. It's its own.
Usually the rooms stay the same, but they're usually never in the same order. This is one room of many.
Many. That's what I was afraid of.
It's almost as if its own demi-plane itself.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. We almost have to be taken there.
No, you can just walk through the door. But you would have to make your way through the rooms. I said it's almost as if it's its own demi-plane. I didn't say it was.
Okay, that's what the map is for? Making your way through the shifting rooms?
This map is one room.
Oh, okay.
A very confusing one, if I'm aware.
getting there would mean going back to the library.
Yes. Unless you find
Uh,
another way in.
Do you know of any?
No.
Couldn't hurt to ask.
Well, any access I had to other ways is already cut off.
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
You'd have to find someone with access on the inside. Someone who might be able to open doors, but won't be able to settle rooms. That's usually only for certain people.
Well, we'll seek that out, I guess, when we get the chance.
Can I eat my breakfast now?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you for your insights.
Yes.
Tegan will quickly roll up the map and hand it back to Renarius.
Thank you, Agnes.
Agnes will sit down and start eating. Give a little nod to sleep.
So the plan is that we go to Trindalag.
Yes.
Do you have any objections, Agnes?
Why would I have objections?
Perhaps you possess insights we do not.
Never been to Trindalag? I don't even know where it's at. Is it here in Dimglund?
No, it's
No.
on the material plane
Oh,
of Osbergen, just south of the southernmost part of Osbergen. It's a separate continent, in fact. Right?
have you traveled
Yeah.
a bit? Have you traveled between the planes often?
Not very.
It's been about 2 weeks.
No, it hasn't just been 2 weeks, Cad.
I was not awake when I last went through in a falling city.
There might be some, if you haven't done it, depending on how long you've been here, just be aware that there might be some complications, I believe.
Complications?
Yes, I don't know specifics. I haven't traveled there myself much. But I've heard that those who visit here don't stay long because otherwise they face issues when they get back. Day
Well,
trips, as it were. Just be prepared.
a
I'm sure
risk,
you
I
are.
guess, we need to take.
It's been a while since I've been. Well, actually, I don't know if she's ever been to the material plane. Probably not. I haven't been to the material plane before. Or if I have, it's been longer than I can remember.
Do you feel it's safe for you to go?
Why wouldn't it be?
Complications?
I have nothing for me there and nothing for me here. So complications are just part of the journey for me.
Understood.
Finishes eating her eggs.
Speaking of which, I'm going to cast water breathing on all this.
What would a trip to another plane
I
be without?
feel weird.
Sorry, I'm having to figure out why my computer isn't charging.
Oh no!
Oh shit. Okay.
Is that the end of stream?
No, it's not the end of the stream. No, we're good. It's charging now. I think my adapter port might be going bad. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. So I missed what was just said.
Oh, I said. Speaking of which, I casted water breathing on everyone.
Oh. What's it get? Well, that would have prevented Zavar from drowning in his own urine.
Oh man!
I
Woo!
mean, that's true. If I can get hit by a book, I
That
could have
is
drowned in
impressive.
that thing. That's disgusting. I'm so glad that that didn't happen.
Yep. Zavar, I mean,
Dynamic of rheumatic
Kazil
incline.
will. So, we going soon, or?
Should we not wait till everyone in the mansion is up and about?
Oh, well, I mean,
Well, wake him up.
I would say that everyone we'll say they're up at this time. Sorry.
Mhm.
Do we need to wait for whoever was supposed to find Kazil?
Oh, hey. I forgot about that. Who has the sending stone to Kazil? I mean, to Nadranel. Nadranel's actually Kazil.
I think Zavar.
Zavar is
Yeah, I
Kazil's
have it.
son.
Wait, what?
That's been my theory all along, is that we're all Kazil's kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's probably on. is on
Zavar
the-
had it.
Zavar
I think I
had
should
it?
have it. Yeah, I
Okay.
think
Zavar
at some
had
point someone gave it to me.
Yeah.
If I didn't have it to start.
Well, do you mind if I use the sending stone, Zavar, or you can? I can ask through you, or just a message Nadranel and see if he has any more information. Any more information?
Got a Southern Scot over there.
Yeah.
Southern part of Scotland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every place has a
oh,
south.
Yeah. Can't forget the north. No, I would fish it out and I would hand it over. It's like, no, go right ahead. You would be able to ask a question better than I can try to repeat it. So, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He'll get the sending stone. Thank you, Zavar.
Mhm.
And hey, Nadranel. Just wondering who you had looking for me and why. Did they come to the altar? Stephanie, the altar, or somewhere else? It'll be a couple of minutes. You'll hear him kind of like suddenly, like you'll see him kind of stop, like he's listening. Oh, well, he said that they did come here, but they came asking about a library that they lost in a candy dish. Oh. Right.
Oh.
I did not know that you could get a bad connection from a sending stone. What the hey?
So I know it's super early. Oh, not super early. It's 10 minutes early. But I think I'm going to go ahead and end it there. just because that way it'll give hopefully Dan will be with us next week, and it'll give Dan Kazeel a chance, or at least me a chance to confer with Kazeel. But
Sure.
I'd like for him to be here for that, and
All
if he
right.
can't be here next week, we'll just move on to Return to Lag and just be done with it, and I'll find some other way to work this in. But yeah.
Followed by this stranger.
What? You mean there's consequences for looting a fallen city we're trying to rescue people from?
It happens.
What?
Wasn't me.
Sooner or later, we're
Who
gonna have
would've guessed?
a dwarf come by and be like, "Where's my war forged?"
Right? Where's my forge? My candy dish?
Yeah, my forge. Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right.
Where's my forged god lady?
So viewers, thank you so much for our raid from Diesel Shot. We
Thank
appreciate y'all
you.
so much. Thank you. I know you raid over a few times. I know that it is about 10 minutes earlier than what we usually stop, but I also want to A, end on a good story point, and B, give Dan, aka Kazeel, a possibility to possibly take care of this before y'all go to another plane and all. So yeah. But thank you viewers so much for watching. Are the absolute best. We have a lot of stuff here on just make sure that I'm not getting nope, yeah, knew that was gonna happen. We have a lot of stuff here on the channel. Oh, there's a series premiere on Blackwater.
And you cannot-
We'll read over there in a second. Let me go over to our Streamlabs and bring up our schedule. Oh, this is the old schedule. Of course it is.
It's always the old schedule.
Okay, friends. I know I need to replace it. I always forget which ones I replace it, with the streams, and then it's always this one that I'm just like, oh shoot. So you've been watching The Forsaken, which is every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be having Penumbra Assembly this Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Mad Indie Game Time and Drawing Dan are on hiatus right now, until possibly later. Mad Game with Dano and Friends is kind of an up in the air thing, so it happens whenever Dan can make room in his schedule. We will have Paint by Minis on Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, as well as In Extremis, hopefully on Saturday at 10, and should be having Obsidian Scar on Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time too. So there you go, and we have 2 more campaigns starting soon, one in a month and one in like 3 months. So that's super exciting.
Boy.
Let's give a raid over to Blackwater D&D, where they're having a season premiere of a campaign. So that's super exciting. Right over there. Thank y'all again. You're the absolute greatest. And we'll see you next time. And hopefully see you on Wednesday for the Penumbra Assembly. All right. Bye.